Jack Ma, the man behind the largest IPO in Wall Street history. Is Alibaba one step closer to global domination? What do you guys think?
I think he is. Jack Ma now is becoming the role model for the young Chinese.
I happen to be a huge fan of Jack Ma. I actually study Jack Ma. I have a lot of his books and I watch a lot of his interviews. I love his insights and the way that he thinks. He is very articulate. He used to be an English teacher, so as a speaker I could relate to that. And he can take his thought and ideas and communicate that in a very compelling way, versus there are a lot of Chinese billionaires, but very few is able to do that. I think also that is also what helped him to have that successful IPO, because he's a master salesman, right? He's always selling himself, he's always giving talks, sharing his philosophies with other people, and I think that's very powerful. And didn't he just did a deal and then bought one company in Kenya or something like that?
Definitely. Very recent news, just invested or bought out Taxify in Kenya, in Africa. And his goal, his vision is to be able to get a bigger market share in the world and possibly try to compete and take out Uber.
So Taxify kind of like the Uber app in Kenya.
Exactly.
Interesting. Now why do you think he's investing in Kenya? Like there's so many places that he can invest. That's kind of interesting move on his part.
Well, Jack Ma is such a visionary. Yeah. He loves talking about the future. Every time he goes to do public speaking, he does a lot of speculation. And when people look at who is a visionary like himself, maybe he has the foresight to tap into a country or an area where other people haven't. And he's all about getting ahead of the game.
Yes.
Right, and that's really where his strength is, to be able to have that growth.
Yeah.
Within
and he talks about, it doesn't just talk about the 10-year plan, it talks about 100-year plan.
Exactly.
And people were, I think a reporter was asking him about, are you afraid of Amazon and are you trying to become Amazon? And he said very confidently, well, I'm not trying to be Amazon, I'm trying to help all these people to become Amazon, right? I'm not Amazon. And that's a pretty powerful thing to say, because as you know, Amazon's becoming pretty big right now. And a lot of these companies is actually a kind of a form of monopoly, which to me, there's nothing wrong with that in the business world. You actually want monopoly because that's how you dominate a marketplace. You don't want a lot of competition, right? And that's what they're trying to do. Also, he met with Donald Trump and talks about creating 1 million jobs in the States. What are your thoughts on that?
I know he did successfully about Alibaba and also the Taobao, which is the Chinese version of Amazon.
eBay, kind of eBay, Amazon.
Yeah, eBay, Amazon. And then he did create probably more than 1 million jobs.
Yes.
And then I know, the fact that the whole city, which is Alibaba's
city,
here.
And now like there's there's Alibaba most valuable
company.
Almost everybody works for Alibaba one way or the other, right?
Yes, and then also I think right now Alibaba trying to do kind of like the supermarket, like with Amazon Go, something like that. They just opened the first one in the Alibaba city, and then it seems like it's a pretty big success.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Jack Ma, again, being the visionary that he is, he has looked through different opportunities. He's also very good at, beating you at your own game. He takes a look at what other people have done, and he just goes, you know what, I can do better, and let me do better. Let me outrun you in a shorter period of time. So that's also one of his success formulas. And also Jack, his vision is to empower humans, to empower people in general. And that's really what makes him special. And you can really compare him to the likes of Steve Jobs, to Bill Gates, where
Elon Musk,
where they're not just about their wealth. It's way beyond that. It's about how can we better, globally do better? How can we improve our own country? They're also, each one of them are also very patriotic as well.
Yes.
How can we make, so Jack is all very patriotic, and how can we make China better?
Correct.
How can we make the citizens enjoy their work, have them not be replaced by robots? So those are kind of the visions that he's always maintained.
I think I saw a talk that he gave on YouTube, and he was talking about money and wealth and what motivates him now. He said if he was just motivated by money, he could have stopped a long time ago, because he's made enough money that he couldn't spend in 10 lifetime. He was joking about he's always wearing this yellow sweater, right? That it's like very cheap. He got from Taobao or something like that. He said, hey, I'm just wearing these like sneakers. It's not expensive at all.
Yes.
And he doesn't spend a lot of money. and he's not that interested in that. But he is interested in, I think Elon Musk is more interested in solving global issues. Jack Ma has a different vision. He wants to do things this way. But you're right, he does beat people at his own game, just like Uber was trying to get into China, but Jack Ma already dominated that with his app, right? And well, it's,
even WeChat has that function as well. Yeah.
So Uber has a very tough time. Google trying to get into China, also very tough time. Because in China we have the three big kind of online monopoly. We call it the BAT, right? B-A-T, right? Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. So those big three that they kind of dominate, and pretty much one way or the other, if you want to sell online in China, it's some kind of e-commerce digital marketing, you got to do business with them in one way or the other, right? It's even more monopoly than North America for sure. The BAT, B-A-T, the big three. So that's Jack Ma, the man behind Alibaba. I think let's keep an eye on him. It's always interesting, always fascinating to watch and to follow. Make sure you subscribe and comment below. Maybe you like Jack Ma as much as I do. Maybe you don't like Jack Ma at all. Comment below, share with us what do you think of Jack Ma and what his motive and what his next move is going to be. Click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification, give us a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next